in search for solutions around climate change, even as Nairobi hosts climate champions during the Africa Climate Summit. In order to change the tide, stakeholders say everyone must come on board and play their part in finding solutions. Dennis Aseto with the details.
Africa has been sitting on the fence for long as effects of climate change play out. Now, the reality is hitting home as more and more regions feel the heat. Food challenges are now a common occurrence. And as resources continue shrinking amid a rising population, more conflicts are emerging. As the Africa Climate Summit kicks off in Nairobi, it is a moment that signifies an awakening continent as leaders unite in coming up with homegrown solutions to emerging challenges. Top on the agenda will be how Africa will lead this conversation and be the one to offer solutions not only for the continent but the world. And this could start with taking advantage of what the continent has and use it to negotiate.
We do control how fast we develop our carbon credit markets, and we do control how much we're able to take advantage of the natural resources we have on the continent to allow other countries to invest in Africa. So that's where the capital is.
But even as the talk on lowering emissions continues, some experts say Africa must look at itself as a continent with the potential of leading the path in clean energy.
We try to figure out what is the need in the country, what does the government want to do, and then within the plans of the government, how can GIAP come in to support the private sector with deploying more capital, the private sector with deploying more technology, young people who are the most innovative part of society, how can they actually be providing the solutions to the problems that the country is trying to solve as well.
And as climate change continues biting, some experts are warning that more shocks will continue to be experienced. But they say African governments must be willing to change how they have been approaching the new but unsettling normal. But cushioning the most vulnerable in the society should be the top priority.
One way that we can do this is to use the power of our procurement in institutional markets, specifically school meals. Africa has done very well. Between 2013 and 2019, we doubled the number of children that were covered under school meals from about 35 million to 65 million. We need to reach 240 million, so there's still a long way to go.
The Africa Climate Summit will see a house united, hopefully in combating a vicious and vengeful Mother Nature whose anger humanity stoked. China, the United States, Russia, India and Japan are the world's top producers of the harmful carbon dioxide. Africa, on her part, contributes less than 4% of the same collectively. But the continent is facing effects of climate change. This is due to weak policies, lack of coordinated approach in combating the effects of climate change, and a weak bargaining power in global affairs. It is hoped that at the end of the summit, a new approach will be realized.
All right, thank you very much, Aseto. And of course, Africa contributing less than 4%, yet paying the highest price. Let's move forward now.